Thank you.
No.
Okay, council, I think we are live. Let me just confirm. We're live. We're live, ma'am.
Alright, time is 5:34 p.m. Notice is hereby given of a regular meeting of the Town of Anthony Council to be held Monday, November 13th, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. at Town Hall, which is located at 401 Wildcat, Anthony, Texas, 79821, for the purpose of considering the following agenda items. All agenda items are subject to action. The Town of Anthony Council reserves the right to meet in a closed session for consultation with attorney on any agenda item should the need arise and if applicable pursuant to authorization by Title V, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. 1.0, call to order.
Yes, Mayor, I'm going to begin with Councilwoman Stevens.
Here.
Councilman Weeks.
Yep.
Mayor Turner.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Alfaro.
Here.
Councilwoman Flores.
Here.
And Councilman Chavez is absent. Thank you.
All right, excellent. We have quorum. 3.0, Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excellent. 4.0, public comments and receipt of petitions.
Nobody had contact with me, Mayor, and nobody in the audience signed up for public comment.
Excellent. 5.0, approve the minutes of the following Town of Anthony Council meetings. 10/23/23, regular Town Council meeting. 10/30/23, special Town Council meeting, which was canceled. And 11/6/23, special Town Council meeting.
Motion to approve minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes 4-0. All right, 6.0, new business. 6.1, discussion, consideration, and action on utility rate study by Melissa Hedden Consulting, LLC, for the Town of Anthony, Texas.
This item, Council Mayor, was budgeted for this fiscal year. On the packet, I did submit the proposal, the cost. Again, I did budget it a little bit higher than what she has here, just to have question. Any questions, please let us know. But for Ms. Melissa to begin her work, she would need, of course, this sign, this agreement. So, and we all worked with her in the past.
She did a previous rate study.
Yes.
So do we have an amount here? Did you put it on our?
Yes, ma'am, I did. It's gonna be, let me tell you exactly.
The only thing we have is our 10/23 packet.
It's not on
So it's a letter format, it's on the packet when I send it on Friday. It's a
Yeah, but
letter.
we don't have anything on here.
Oh, I sent it through email.
Okay, but we don't have agendas, is what we're saying.
Oh, I do apologize. Deputy Lee, she wasn't her feeling well and I didn't get to do that.
Yeah, so $29,380.
I can put it, it's actually on the screen. And the amount, I just saw it. This is it right here.
It says here, not to exceed $29,380 plus out-of-pocket expenses.
I mean, I've read it, but I just don't have an agenda in front of me.
Oh.
Sorry. Forgot to do that. And then On the agenda packet, I also put the proposal that she had submitted with her study that she's gonna conduct. But all of this was done in the past, so I do apologize, Kim, so I didn't put it on.
When did she do the last study?
2019. That's when she presented and it was approved. So I don't know.
How much did we pay her then?
I just started, Sean, I don't have those numbers. I had just started to get involved with everything. I started in June, and this was approved in June of 2019, so I don't have that. So I wouldn't know how much she charged. I think the last one was done by a grant, what I can recall. So I think Mark from Parkville had assisted the town, there are engineers, to cover that cost. I believe so, but I don't have the actual cost. I can get that for you all. Mayor, I can get that for you and then we can provide it to Sean. I don't
Well,
know.
no, what I mean is, if she did this 4 years ago, and she's familiar with her town, $30,000 seems rather expensive. Because she's familiar with, when she came in the first time, I wonder how much she charged.
Yeah, because that's the video that's online, right? So she explained everything she did and our background, and so wouldn't it be kind of similar?
I'm not really sure. For her to even begin her study, she also provided all this preliminary request, which is in the packet.
Mayor and council, if maybe this should be reset, maybe have her, you all would like to have her come
And explain what new she's gonna do, or how much more it's gonna, why is it?
and then by then, I think Val will obviously have the figures from last time, give you all their idea.
I don't know if I can get those figures. The system that was used in the past, I don't know.
Well, if she won't give them to us, then we shouldn't do business with her, so.
No, I'm saying in our accounting system. I can ask Ms. Melissa and I can have her present if y'all want. The next council meeting, which would be, November 27th.
Because she did a lot of preliminary work in the past, right?
No, the town provides the preliminary work for her to conduct her study. So it's like an audit. And then she gathers that information and then does the study. So I have to provide her the census. So it's working on us too. So I can get the amount she charged in the past, and then I can get her to present on next meeting, and then ask her the cost too. I can see if it was higher before, and that could be below the 30, or maybe she's going higher, I'm not sure.
So we're gonna use this rate study to assess what we're gonna do with our water and sewer fees and rates.
Yes,
Okay.
because the previous rate study was for a 4-year for 2019 to 2020? No, wait. To 23, sorry, it just ended. So then it'll be the same year time.
And we want to change our rates?
Right now,
That's this one we did.
yes.
Mayor and council, I mean, obviously, I would think there should have been a contract. I don't recall off the top of my head.
There was, I remember that.
There is, so if there is a.
And she provided a
that
bid
should have the figure on there. Unless, of course, she added, there were some additional charges that were back on, but I'm making the assumption that that's what she charged, what's on the contract.
I don't know.
But maybe you can confirm what was the total payout, but also send the contract to the council before the meeting, like tomorrow or, soon.
You haven't seen the contract?
I don't remember it. That's why I just don't remember off the top of my head.
There was a bid actually for that.
Right, I think it was like based on a grant. I think Mark from Parkville assisted the town with the study. It was covered through TWDD funds.
And
But I'm not sure.
this time we don't need a bid and you don't need to read the contract?
We budgeted for it and we didn't have a grant to assist us with this.
It's less than $50,000, it's.
And you don't have to read the contract or approve it?
I do, but I see so many contracts, I don't remember this particular contract right off the top of my head, but
But you've seen it,
I'm sure I did, I've done it.
Well, you mean from before, you haven't seen this new?
this new one.
Oh, the new one, no.
But I did send it on Friday, therefore you should have seen
Oh, no, I didn't get to see this one. Because usually I see it when we're gonna approve it, right? I don't know if it was a fair approval, was it?
This one's for
So then,
So it would be a very good thing to postpone this, right?
I would suggest that Val send you, not this one, I'm referring this to the other contract, the one before this one that shows how much she charged the previous time. And then Val confirmed that that's what was the payout to them. But send that way before the meeting so you all are familiar with it, so when she comes and presents, you know, you're not just looking and trying to find what, you know what I mean? You already have a little bit of information to be able to ask some questions.
I do want to let council, she's from out of town, so I hope you all don't mind, she will join us in teams, but I'm pretty sure she's more than likely to join the next meeting. But I'll try to get that report of the contract that was approved before and how much it was. I haven't seen it since that's when I started. I listen as
So-
well.
When she presents, like, that video that you had on the website, that was good, but she's gonna be out of town also, right?
She's from out of town,
So when she presents her work, she won't come into
no,
town?
she'll just come in for any questions you all may have, because her local work is within the packet that I provided to you all. But what I will look into is the contract that was approved in the past and the amount that was charged.
Okay, so I move that we postpone this, any action and consideration and discussion on the utility rate study until we get more information.
For December 27th, Ms. Stevens?
December 27th is a good date.
Thank you.
Second.
November, sorry.
November 27th is even better.
Second?
All approved? Motion approved, 4-0, table. Alright, now 7.0, reports. 7.1, finance, Councilman Weeks.
Basically go over the gist of everything, right?
Yes.
And executive session?
Yeah, that'll be discussed later.
Okay.
This, I just gave you guys
Because
this.
you said you weren't gonna have that ready, so.
I finished it today.
Okay.
She's
Go
quick.
ahead.
She's quick.
I wanted to give you guys something so we can.
Thank you so much.
That was really good. I like this report.
Good, I'm glad. So the first page you're gonna see is gonna be your administration budget. So overall, you've brought in $65,000. Your three major sources of income are gonna be your property taxes, your franchise fees, and your licenses and permits. The property taxes that you see collected right now are not our current rates that we just adjusted for. You won't see those till February-ish. So these are still, you're still collecting from the prior year period. Your franchise fees, the majority of everything that was collected on this one is going to be relating to your gas franchise fees that we collected. Majority of the whole thing actually was for gas. Something to point out that as we're going through the budget, generally what you want to see is on your percentage of budget, you want to see around a 9% because that accounts for 1 month out of the whole fiscal year. So as you can see, we're pretty much in line with everything within the 9%. So that's our ideal target for the month. And some areas we're even exceeding that. So we're doing very good on that portion. So if you flip over and you go to your expenses for your administration, our major sources of expenses are going to be your salaries and wages, which is typical. Your TMLIRP. That one, the only reason that one is higher than normal is because they bill us quarterly. So we've already paid for the first quarter. The next one is going to be your professional legal fees at $29,000, and that consists of your tax collection, your inspection, our computer tech contract, animal welfare, and also legal services. So all of those are filtered into that professional fees. The The next major one is gonna be your licenses and permits of $7,000. So that equates to about 8% of total expenditures. And that one consists of your emails, the softwares, everything we have, our annual subscriptions that we had to do. So overall, if you look at your total expenses, it's about 7%, which is under what our ideal rate is. So we're looking very good right now.
So the one though, that's worrisome is the TMLIRP, because if it was for a quarter, it'd be 25%. This one's basically 40.
Yeah, because we split it between, so they bill us quarterly, but remember we split between all the different departments. So that's why it looks relatively small here, because this is only pertaining to admin. You'll see that
It needs to be split up, so.
No, this is only pertains to admin. So if you'll see on the other budget, on the water sewer and your public safety, that was gonna be a little higher because that's, so all in all, if you add them all together, it'll be the 25,000, the quarter, the actual quarter of the total cost.
Okay, well, because this one's at 39%.
Right. Because of the way we have to split it up, based on departments. So even though they bill us quarterly, they're split up by departments.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, any questions on the admin? No? Okay, so then we're gonna jump over to the streets. The streets, well, we're working on the rental agreements right now for the fields. So hopefully with that, we'll be able to generate a little bit more income on that. ESEN is doing a good job on promoting those fields and getting the public to use those a little bit more. So hopefully we'll see an increase in that later on in the year.
The baseball fields?
Yes. The major expenses in this is gonna be your salaries, of course, your health insurance, and then they've had some repairs that they've done at the parks. So the repairs and maintenance makes up about 9%, your health insurance is 16%, and your salaries is 64% of the total budget that's been spent so far. We'll jump over to the next one, which is the public safety. Keep in mind this includes both courts and PD. So your major sources of revenue on this one that we brought in is going to be your court fines. The court fines, your towing fees, and your storage fees. And all in all, it brought in $36,000. It's a little lower than the ideal 9% that we'd like to see, but if I'm not mistaken, they do have months where they have higher than the others, so we're not too concerned about that right now. On the expenditure side, the major expenses are going to be your salaries, your health insurance, your TMLIRP, and as you can see, this one is $20,000 because PD, of course, has more insurance on their end. On the next page, you'll also see your dues and subscriptions. That's one of the major expenses as well. So the total expenses for this particular month is going to be $152,000. And if you look at the percentage of budget, it's coming in under the overall 9%. So we are in line with where we should be. Any questions on the public safety? Okay, so going over to your water and sewer. Top 3 revenue sources are going to be your water, your sewer, and your garbage. All in all, your total revenue coming in is $178,000, and it's slightly under that 7%, but of course, we know that water is generally higher in the summer. If you jump over to the next page, you'll see your total expenses. Major expenses are the salary and wages, the engineering fees due to the contract that we have, and then also our garbage.
Are the engineering fees and the permits paid quarterly as well?
Engineering fees,
They're not very good at billing us monthly.
it's when they send us the bill.
Yeah.
Because we're already at 25%, or what was it?
23.
22%.
Yes.
So is that for like past? Or?
This is just for the month of October.
So are we way off on the budget?
It depends on what they bill, I know we have the contract set, but I don't know if they're actually coming out as often as they say they are. That'll also factor into it as well.
Yeah, one of the things that I did saw on this item, one of the invoices that I approved, he had some things from, if I'm not mistaken, from September, and also that might have been part of why we have that amount.
We have asked myself if they could bill us monthly to keep it consistent, but they don't. They just kind of gather their rates
Is it
and they just.
both engineers?
It's mostly Parkview we receive invoices. ACOM we haven't received any.
Oh, it's because this was for.
Well, the one that he was talking about, I believe, is
It's part.
Parkview, but they usually sometimes the most is like 4 months. It's usually 3. They don't do monthly. They hold on.
So if you look at your total expenses, the bottom line, you brought, it was 178,000 in expenditures, and it's coming in at the 7.42%, which is less than the 9%, which means we're in good shape right now. So everybody's trying to keep in line with the budget and making sure that it's spread out evenly across the months. Hopefully.
So are we concerned that we're overspending on engineering right now? Because the truth is, it doesn't matter when the bills come in, when the 100,000 gets met, we're done.
I don't believe so, because I believe that was we should have only paid the last of that. ACOM, I think, is factored into this a little bit. That's the tail end of it. We're not going to be paying that anymore.
Yeah,
So I'm not too concerned about that right now.
so one of the things that we do have to consider regarding the engineering fees, right now I'm trying to get familiar with the things that we can do in-house and things that require engineering oversight. And once we get the hang of it, then we're gonna be able to make that decision, and we're gonna be able to better track the services that they offer. So for now, this is they are something that we do need, and is there a way to cut back? I don't know, but right now we are in the process of finding out exactly the services that we do need.
So theoretically, in 4 months, we should be able to over 22,000 or so.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And now that we're more structured, we don't call depend on them as much because now we can take care of it, therefore we won't be calling them. We're gonna bill us for it, so we're keeping out.
Any questions? Concerns?
I really appreciate this.
Sure.
It helps me see because I'm totally unfamiliar with all the goings on, and I really appreciate this, Jessica.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright, 7.2 would be streets, which was Councilman Chavez. Yes, he was not here. The crew did remove some graffiti from stop signs, always good, thank you. They performed preventative maintenance and inspections on streetlight signs and street markings. Thank you very much. And as a side note, if you do, citizens, if you do notice any streetlights out, please call the town and inform us, so that way we can take care of it. So, all right, excellent. So 7.3, Parks, Councilwoman Flores.
Parks, they look good. I walked the parks today and they look good. The group has been cleaning the park, they look clean. They have cut the grass, it's good. And perform general preventive maintenance and inspections of all of them.
Excellent, perfect. Thank you, very good. Water and sewer, Councilwoman Stevens.
This is from Isaiah, so he says that the employee obtained, which employee was that? Oh, you?
Yes, you were trying to be modest, but yes. Passes, groundwater, sea license, So the town is in total compliance with just town personnel should they need to fall to that.
So does that mean you can now fill out all the reports?
In theory, we were doing it to make sure that the guys are prepared in the need if we were to like lose some of our assistants that we have right now. But we do our prepare for that, and we are doing it.
Nice. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, excellent. So we meet all those requirements for TCEQ. Next one, 7.5, Anthony, Texas Police Department, Mayor Pro Tem Alfaro.
I have not received the report, but I'm sure the chief has a lot of things to say. Chief?
A lot of things, but I'll say them in executive.
Okay.
I haven't been able to turn in the reports.
That's okay. We did it last, so we can do it the next one, so it's not a problem. We'll do it, same thing for the court, so.
All right, definitely.
I do want to mention, sorry, Louis and Chief, Lineberger Delgado did provide a report, which I saw in the packet.
Perfect. 7.6, Chief's monthly report. No? Okay, excellent. 7.7, as we said, we'll cover later on. 7.8, administration. That would be Mayor Turner. I have a wonderful little packet that Miss Valerie put together. So what we'll be doing is we're going to be having a Thanksgiving food distribution holiday basket. This is going to be for any residents in need during this holiday season. It's going to take place on November 20th, 10 a.m. here at Town Hall, 401 Wildcat. So definitely just bring some form of identification, proof of residency. Following that, we're going to have the annual Christmas parade that's going to take place on December 8th. It'll also be followed by the tree lighting ceremony. So that way everybody will be able to, go to that. The parade route should be attached there as well on the Facebook page. So if you want to stake out a good spot and sit and, wait for Santa to go by, by all means. So, beyond that, also the tree ornaments. It's a nice thing when we can have the school or the community make ornaments that then can be hung on the tree. There will be a box in Town Hall here. If you make an ornament, bring it in, set it in the box, and when we put the tree up and when it's lit and decorated, we will decorate it with your ornament. Handmade, anything. If you want a picture of your family, if you want to put a picture up there that your child drew, by all means. And that'll be also, December 8th, you'll see it up there, but drop those ornaments off throughout the month. And also, oh yes, I'm sorry, the deadline is December 7th. 2023 at noon, okay? So, also, December 9th, we'll be having a Meet the Mayor. It's going to be a pretty informal brunch. Come, have, you can talk. We'll just do a little open Q&A session. No legal advice, even though I'm not a lawyer, so no legal advice. I'm not going to give you any of that, but go ahead and join me if you want to, sit down and have a chit-chat with me. Yes, free food indeed. I'll be happy to meet with the vast majority of everybody. So
They won't recognize you if you put this one on there.
Oh, I need to shave,
Yes.
but it's no shave November, so I can't.
Oh, is it
So
not?
maybe in December.
Oh,
Very nice, yeah, very nice.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I know. I try to be somewhat photogenic when I have to be, but it doesn't mean that it always works.
Mayor, what time will this end, this one?
The Thanksgiving handout, it's going to take place from 10 a.m.
Till they run out.
And pretty much, so it's going to be first come, first serve.
There's no limit, because you never know how long it takes.
Yeah.
Do you know how many baskets you have?
Mayor's goal is 100, but again, I need to put it, because I just want to.
How many do we have so far?
We have our target. Yeah.
Nice.
So, but yeah.
Alright.
So indeed, we look forward to seeing everybody there. All right, now that's it for reports. 8.0, Town council will go into a closed executive session pursuant to section 551.074 personnel matters of the Texas Government Code to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, to hear complaint or charge against an officer or employee. Subsection does not apply if the officer or employee is subject to deliberation or hearing requests a public hearing. The open meeting will be reconvened following the closed session, at which time action, if any, will be considered. Town council will go into closed session to deliberate the duties and roles of the town council members. And we will also go into closed executive session pursuant section 551.071, consultation with attorney. Government body may not conduct a private consultation with its attorney except when the governing body seeks the advice of its attorney about pending or contemplated litigation or a settlement offer, or on a matter in which the duty of the attorney to the governing body under the Texas Disciplinary Code of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with this chapter. So 8.2, the town council will go into a closed session to seek advice concerning contemplated litigation related to Vantage Bank. So the current time is 6:05.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Let me make sure I